Hello.
Hi.
We have a Muppet in the booth.
Yeah. A Muppet.
Kermit the Frog here.
Welcome back. It's been a bit delayed, but here we are.
Of all the impressions you've done on the show, I think Kermit was the closest. Your gangster thing doesn't work. Kermit the Frog gets there every time.
On point.
Welcome to Fuck This Movie.
Yeah.
Joined by the man who watched
fucking
everything, Mr. Reese Amweiler.
That's me.
Indeed.
And the guy who's too old to be cool, Mr. John Brown.
It's very much me.
And then there's me.
These guys.
Yeah. So,
Us guys.
you know what I did last night?
What'd you do?
I went to the fucking theater.
Hell yeah. There's some good stuff in theaters right now.
Yeah.
Or at least from what I hear. There's a few things I'm very excited to see I've not yet seen.
Yeah, we saw Sinners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really want to watch that
Have
one.
you seen this
I
one
have
yet?
not. I'm hopefully I will be seeing it on Saturday.
Yeah, so you guys know that of the three of us, I am the one that's like least into horror, even though
Yeah.
I do enjoy horror.
Yeah.
And this definitely does crack the surface of that genre.
Right.
And I don't want to spoil too many things for you guys who haven't seen it, but right away I'm brought to mind. It's From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. I've heard that comparison. Just more of like the setting than like the energy. But I've heard that.
A couple of things. One, the main characters are two brothers who are outlaws.
Yeah.
And it is basically them running away from something that they did.
Right.
And it is very much 90 minutes of a really interesting drama.
Yeah.
Where you want to see where this goes. And then a horror movie breaks out.
Yeah.
It's got that same kind of thing that you've only ever seen with From Dusk Till Dawn. Where it's like the last hour of the movie is completely different than the first 90 minutes.
Yeah.
For sure.
I do think that in a lot of ways this is a better movie than in most ways this is kind of a better movie than
Well,
From
I
Dusk Till
mean,
Dawn.
it is.
I have
it
heard
is From Dusk
awesome
Till Dawn,
reviews. So
as much as I love
pretty
Robert
amped.
Rodriguez, like Robert Rodriguez is,
It looks
he does what he
beautiful.
does,
Yeah.
it's fun. Like it's not great filmmaking.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan turns in not one but two brilliant performances.
Yeah.
Just a really, really entertaining film, and
He's been on like the premiere and stuff. He's been wearing a grill that's vampire teeth, and it looks so cool on him. I would look like an
Nice.
idiot. He looks so badass.
Yeah.
you will
Like you like my Dracula teeth.
when the
That's so cool, guys.
in these. Like I've never seen vampires like this. The vampires in this movie are like they've got like I don't know. It's like they want to kill people to turn them into vampires so that they can all live in harmony, and they make it almost like a religious thing. You know?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
like, and they're all like singing and dancing together and
Right,
stuff,
yeah.
and it's just like I've just like never seen anything like this.
Come over
It's,
here, guy. It's so
Yeah.
much better. I mean,
So who do they eat? What's the plan?
Well, I don't want to spoil everything.
the
but,
drink they handpick. Like, you're cool, fuck you. You're cool, fuck you. I mean, I can get behind that.
Yeah. And then it quickly turns into like a form of
Yeah,
eugenics.
let's just say it. So these brothers they escaped Chicago. They stole some stuff from a couple rival like Prohibition era gang. This takes place in like the 30s. So this
It's
is
a fantastic setting for like almost every story. Like,
Yeah.
and it's
really-
deep south, like plantation, like they kind of like try to open a like a little bit of a speakeasy in a plantation. This is supposed to be the opening night.
Yeah.
And then like their opening night gets like vampires show up,
right.
Just and it's great. It follows like the old vampire rules where like they have to be invited inside.
Right.
Yeah, and
That's one of my favorite vampire rules that I get bummed when people skip. I also really like the mirror rule, and I
mirror
feel
thing?
like so
Yeah.
many
No,
vampires
that's
just
been
totally
out the window for like forever. Like nobody's done that.
Which somebody did
like a lot of
explain
these
to me.
movies kind of cherry pick which ones they
Yeah,
want to use
yeah.
and which ones they don't.
Yeah.
Which and some of them can be awkward, but like the mirror one is like
It just sets up cool imagery, I
Yeah,
think. But
yeah.
somebody actually did explain to me why modern mirrors wouldn't do that to vampires. Is apparently because where that like mythos of
are
the
they
vampire,
backed in silver?
they're
or
backed in
something?
silver. That's why they don't
there
show
we
up.
go.
And modern mirrors are not actually backed in silver, so they
Okay.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
The thing I really love about this movie, though,
Fantastic.
more than that, though, is it's very heavily influenced by the blues, and there is a huge like music, like blues, like undertone to the whole thing.
Oh, that's sweet. I mean, I put
And-
music like that in a movie, and I'm sold.
I walked away thinking that like this movie plays almost like a fable, like the whole like Robert Johnson like selling his soul to the devil, like at the crossroad. Like it definitely kind of has that vibe to it.
Yeah.
And that just kind of made it different from everything else. So
Yes.
I'm excited for you guys to watch it. It's what I've watched movie wise. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't recommend enough. And since I started this off, I'm just going to go ahead and
Go for it.
and
Yeah,
go-
do it.
I've just got a couple more things. I did a
Do it.
rewatch of John and I can talk about this together, but I did a rewatch of Honora.
Oh
And-
yeah, I was excited to talk about this
and,
one.
we can all chat. We've all seen it now.
Yeah.
We can talk about it. I was like, I liked Honora in the first watch, and I like really like Honora after the second
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. So, and you had said that like, or you guys had talked about there being like similarities to Uncut Gems, and like there is to a degree, to a pretty large degree, I guess, in as so far as like the abrasiveness of what's going on, but
And
the difference,
like the vibe, like going for a gritty, like real life, like this is happening right now.
It's,
kind of
it's,
There's a lot of yelling.
It was
Yeah.
super gritty, but the difference is that the characters are all so much better.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
yeah.
all just so much better than the characters in Uncut Gems, like by a fucking country mile. Like, I super. And the thing that I'll say, thing that I said about the substance, where it's like there's too much of this. Like, I do feel like there was just arbitrarily too much sex in the beginning. Not that it wasn't pertinent to the story, but like it could have been toned down like an amount, you know. But in my mind, once you got through the first 30 minutes and it through the just fucking partying, like that's when the movie started. And once the movie started, it was a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just a really good movie. And I really enjoyed her character. I enjoyed all the characters, honestly, to some degree. I mean, like, the
Aspects.
Dude, yeah. I mean, the kid that she marries is like, he's the biggest piece of shit of them all.
Besides maybe his parents, but yeah.
So that's the thing we don't even know, though, right? So, like, you guys described it as, like, gangster parents, but we don't actually get any real confirmation that they were.
Well, I mean, just like in the like what 3 scenes they're in, they act like total
no, they're
pieces of shit.
they're dick bags, but they're rich dick
I feel like
bags.
there was
Yeah.
the one.
You know?
There was the one scene where
And they're like, their dick bag son. Like, I don't know. It's like, that's the thing. It's like context. You know, like, get them in a situation where their son's, like, they don't have a dick bag son that's just fucking everything up. And maybe I don't know, maybe they'd be all right. I don't know.
I mean, there was the one scene where like
the
the
mom was like fucking content.
oh yeah, no, like the Russian the one, like all the Russian goons are kind of like very likable, but like
No,
the
they are.
really likable one, it's
Yeah.
like his first day on the job or whatever.
The
like
younger
that,
one.
that
Yeah.
guy, he like suggests like hey, he should apologize, and like the mom's like, my son doesn't apologize to anyone. It's just like, okay, well, that's why your son sucks.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because
that's
you're a fucking
exactly it
terrible
right
parent.
there. Because you didn't parent ever. You had a nanny parent until he was 18, and now you have expectations of this kid that doesn't know how to be anything but the kid that a nanny parented. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
No, it was a super, like, that relationship that developed as it was developing was like kind of became the whole movie for me.
Yeah.
And I thought that it was really sincere and genuine and like touching and
Oh,
heartfelt.
of the like goon number 3 or
Yeah,
whatever.
what was his name?
I don't know. But
Something typically Russian.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. Chekhov.
No, Igor.
Igor.
Yeah, it was Igor because she talked shit about his name. But yeah, that became the whole thing for me, and no, it was a really fucking.
Yeah, I
was a
remember
cool
at one
movie,
point
man.
you
It
turned
was
to me and
good.
like, you know what's different about this and Uncut Gems? This movie's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and like you could get behind some degree of what's happening. Like it was super abrasive. The most abrasive thing for me that felt the most like Uncut Gems was in the strip club and like the stripper girls being stripper girls. Like that was the most skin crawly. Just like that fucking vapid New York young girl cackling just bullshit. Like that was like, that started to get on my nerves, but then the movie went other places and I'm like, okay, this is great. These people are hilarious.
I do admittedly think the movie, I think it's set over, well, it's got to be set over like a month? A little less than a month?
Yeah,
3 weeks,
somewhere
something like
around
that.
there, yeah.
But it happens in such a way where it almost feels like it happens over like 2 days.
Yeah.
And so early on when I was still, I don't think I actually saw a trailer for this.
I don't think it's a month. I think it takes place over like less than 2 weeks.
No, it's so they spend I think it's actually a little bit over 2 weeks. I think
because I think they have
spend
one
a
initial
week
week together and
yeah.
then get
Yeah.
married.
And then,
Yeah. But it's almost like immediately after the week that he pays her for.
Yeah, it's probably like a couple weeks plus, like 2.5 weeks, something like that.
But like, I think I might have seen like half a trailer for it or something. I really had no idea of the story or plot or anything. I think I knew it was involving sex work because that's what everyone talks about. But I think I also would have gotten a little tired if the entire movie had been set in the strip club.
No, it would have
was
been.
a little
It would have been so
pleasantly surprised
tiresome.
when it was,
Dude,
was not.
Yeah, the second half of the movie again is kind of like completely different movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
I mean, there's still some pretty like genuine moments and shit leading up to it and everything, and I do like.
Dude,
I
this
kind
Igor
of
guy, man, like he keeps trying.
Yeah.
She's just such a fucking cunt to him. Like,
well,
all the
and
time.
it's I enjoyed how much he just took it and just like knew what it was and like didn't think it was like gonna be anything else. Like he let her kind of come to it by the end, and that last scene too, where it finally.
Oh yeah,
breaks.
he did mention that when we were watching. He's like, "What a fucking scene!"
No, that was a
Like the last
fantastic scene. Yeah. No, it brought everything together.
I thought she was kind of like the perfect protagonist for you because like you can't, no one is going to watch her in that scene and go like, why doesn't she fight back? Why doesn't she just fight? She is like nonstop.
Oh yeah,
like does not stop fighting.
She doesn't give a fuck. I love that.
The fucking
That's great.
Dude,
yeah,
the
that
part
first
when they
scene.
first bust into the apartment and she's just like, and they like one by one tie her up and they're like, why is she tied up? Let her go. And then like she like names another one and they're like, tie this bitch up.
No, dude, it's so great. Like, why are you holding her like that? Let her go. Like, you don't want to do that. No, let her go. Okay.
Dude, she's an animal, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay. No, the one guy is just that she fucking breaks his nose. Like his level of exhaustion the entire time is so fucking
the guy
funny.
that gets like
He
a
just-
concussion.
Yeah, he's so dejected. He's just like lumping along for the fucking trip. Like, God damn it, when is this going to
I
be
fucking hate
over?
this bitch.
Yeah.
Just give me a concussion.
No, that movie it was a fantastic film in my opinion. Again, like I feel like they burn up like 20 minutes on kind of it was pertinent and it was hilarious to degrees thanks to the dipshit Russian kid making some of it hilarious, but some of it was definitely like really unnecessary for anything other than like we know she's a stripper. She's doing stripper stuff.
Yeah.
It's not really cementing anything in the story.
I don't dislike anything about that.
No,
I think it's fine,
relevant.
and
It's just
it is relevant.
there's just
And-
an amount of it more than probably needs to be. Is what I'm
And
saying.
her embracing it, I did see one of the few Oscar acceptance speeches I got to see this year was her accepting that award, and she did actually like give a thanks to all the sex workers of the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, so that's one thing I'd say about the movies that I really appreciate is that like just having a very non-tilted perspective, just an honest look at sex work, like when she is in the club and doing the thing, the conversation she's having, like I appreciated that. I appreciated like just an honest no bullshit, no skewed perception look at sex work, because it's perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with sex work at all, and I do like that they gave a portrayal of it in this movie that's just like, hey, this is something people do. This is a very real and just honest thing that people do. So I appreciated that part of the film quite a bit.
Yeah.
So one more thing I'd like to talk about before I turn it over to one of you two is a series that I started. It's a new series, only 3 episodes in so far. But it's on Apple TV, and Apple TV's just been fucking killing it with the series lately.
Yeah.
Your Friends and Neighbors, starring John Hamm. This thing is like fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Like, so this stars John Hamm. John Hamm is like
he's so fun to watch.
He is fun to watch. So like he's kind of got like starting off, he's kind of got like a madman kind of thing, like a Mad Men thing, you know. Like he's like he's into like stocks, mutual funds, like investing. He's one of those guys, you know, and like he immediately gets like kind of ripped off and fired and then blackballed from the entire industry. And so he's just kind of a man without a place, and he's divorced. He's got a daughter that's at Princeton. He's got an ex-wife who left him for an ex-NBA player who was his best friend or one of his best friends, and then he started fucking his wife, and so they're not so cool now.
Yeah.
But like
as it goes.
Yeah, so he kind of gets fired and blackballed from the industry, and not everybody knows. And so he just decides to turn to a life of crime, and he knows what it's like to be like a cajillionaire and to live in where he lives, and so he just starts becoming like a burglar and robbing all of his rich friends or people that used to be his friends or acquaintances, and it's really fucking entertaining.
I've heard a little bit about it. It didn't. I guess maybe I should watch a trailer or something. It didn't look like it was going to grab me.
Oh, dude, it's good. It's highly entertaining. Really funny.
It's partly because I'm just not in low supply of TV right now. Because
that's fair too.
It's good eating out there.
Crazy shit out there for sure.
I will say this is upper echelon shit though. Really good laughs, really good acting, really good story. Loving everything about it so far.
I know.
I'll go next. Are you done?
Yeah, that's it. Go for it.
So the only movie I saw in theaters this week, I've been pretty busy working on a new house, so I haven't had a lot of free nights to get out, but I did get to go see a Minecraft movie.
Yeah, alluding to more.
With my friend Ben and his kids, which was a delight. It was like opening weekend, so I don't know if you guys have heard, but like
it's got
been
crazy
chaos.
Yeah.
Like literally, the kids will like run around the theater and throw popcorn everywhere for like certain moments of the
screaming
movie.
along to certain shit.
Like it's turned into like a meme to like destroy theaters during the Minecraft movie, and it is insane.
Yeah.
And luckily, this was.
I don't think I like that.
No, it's like it's the worst. It's like the worst curling of the monkey's paw. It's like, yes, people are in theaters and they're destroying them, and theater employees want to kill themselves.
Yeah,
it's not great, but it was really fun to watch it with the kids, and they adored it, and it was. I thought it was pretty fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Jared Hess is the director. He's the guy who did Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre.
Okay.
So if you don't like his sense of humor,
movie.
Yeah.
If you don't like his sense of humor and his writing, you probably won't like the movie, even if you do like Minecraft. And if you don't like Jared Hess and you don't have an interest in Minecraft, I would not recommend watching the movie.
Yeah. So my kids went and saw it. The wife and the kids went and saw it, and they their only description when they got home, I asked them, and they said, "Well, that was a movie."
Hey, it's in the title. It's a movie.
Yeah.
They'll change the title to Minecraft. It's a movie.
Yeah. And my younger son's much more into Minecraft than my older son is, but yeah, I mean, I assumed it would be exactly. I looked at that movie, and I could tell exactly what it was, and I assumed if you're like, well, cash grab, sure. But also, like, I could. It's probably fun enough.
Only in
for
the same
right
way
off-
that every video
Yeah,
game
yeah.
or book or
for sure.
whatever
No,
adaptation
it
is
seemed to
is
me
a
like
cash grab.
it would be, if you know what you're getting into and you're
Yeah.
into that, it would be very entertaining.
Yeah.
And
I
so
mean,
I didn't have any predisposition that it was going to be a piece of shit or anything. I just knew
Yeah.
that it was what it was, and
I was pretty much just hoping it would be a fun comedy, and I
Yeah.
thought it was a fun comedy. So
that's pretty much what I figured it would be. I
Yeah.
mean, the same performances from all these people is they're always going to give the same Jack Black performance, the same Jason Momoa.
well, Jason Momoa actually is probably might be his like best role because he plays like an idiot
right?
who thinks he's great, and everyone thinks he's an idiot, and that's
Right.
I don't know most like big muscly guys when they try and do comedy, if they just play a straight up idiot, they actually are usually pretty funny.
Right.
And so it was one of my more liked Jason
Sure.
Momoa
Right on.
roles, but that's because he's
He does
playing
tend to
more
grunt
than-
his way
Yeah.
through most of
Yeah,
his roles.
yeah.
yeah.
and even in like the Aquaman movies, he kind of turned into a cartoon character, and he's
Yeah.
not. He's like playing a surfer bro, and that's just kind
Right.
of annoying.
I'm curious to see because they are putting Lobo, the DC character, in
Yeah.
the Supergirl movie, and like talking about Lobo, that has always been my like, who else? Because
Yeah.
he literally just looks like Lobo.
Yeah, at some
Exactly.
point, I think.
So I'm curious to see how he does with that.
Yeah,
It's going
that
to
could
be probably
fun.
a more minor part in the movie, but still.
Yeah, if you watch the trailer for the new Superman movie, it looks like packed with characters that
Yeah.
we've never seen on screen.
They're
before.
doing a new Superman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to be Superman?
Some unknown guy.
Yeah, I
But
feel
it's,
like
it's directed by James Gunn, so
I feel like the
I'm going to watch it just because of that.
Yeah.
Because I fucking love James Gunn.
he's pretty good.
yeah. I just feel like and the movies weren't the best, but like Henry
Cavill.
like
yeah.
he just kind of is Superman.
Yeah, I think
You know?
he definitely
No,
had the look.
for the mod. Yeah, no, for sure.
Um,
And he's got the capacity, but I'm curious. Like,
Anytime Superman smiled in those movies, I was like, there he is. There's
Yeah.
Henry
Yeah.
Cavill. He's Superman.
yeah,
It's just that Zack Snyder doesn't like to put smiling in his movies.
Yeah, yeah,
Zack Snyder fucking sucks.
He does.
yeah, he kind of does.
Zack Snyder's terrible. This goes back to
Yeah.
the fucking that movie on Netflix. That was a
Oh, the space one.
Yeah, the
Rebel Moon.
I was like,
I
I
was
didn't
gonna
know.
say
I
Rebel
didn't know who
Storm.
the director was, but it's like, oh, it's the Seven Samurai formula. Like, it looks like Warhammer 40K plus Dune. Like, this could be cool. I'm like, hey, have you heard of this? She's like, oh, it's Zack Snyder. Fuck that. I'm like, I can't remember who that is, but I'm gonna watch it. And I watch it. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy.
It's that guy.
Fuck that.
The movie starts and you're like, okay, and then it instantly goes into slow motion.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
God damn it, you
dude,
got me again.
The second part of that movie, or the second part of the two-part thing, so like with the Akira Kurosawa, the Seven Samurai thing, it is the building, like once the heroes are found, there is the setup, and that's part of the story of this archetype. But man, I could not sit through 20 minutes of slow motion wheat harvesting, which is what begun.
Did you say wheat harvesting?
Wheat
Yeah.
harvesting, dude. The second part is just 20 minutes of slow motion wheat harvesting. I'm like,
Ooh.
okay, come on. I know what's happening here,
I
but
think
Jesus Christ.
I think Netflix has a 1.5 speed option.
Nice.
No, I just turned it off. I'm like, I've seen enough.
Zack Snyder watched Seven Samurai. He's like, I don't know. Maybe it could be longer.
Yeah.
I'll fix it.
Let's really make this happen. Yeah, fuck Zack Snyder. No, that's the thing. Like, I fucking do not. I hate Superman as a character. I think it's the laziest fucking character. I mean, it's just American propaganda. It's written just super poorly. But like, just because James Gunn's doing it, I'm gonna be like, let's see what this is about.
I mean, any character archetype, it has the capacity to be interesting. It's just that it seems like everyone they give the movies to doesn't have any interest in doing something
Making it
interesting with it.
yeah, for sure.
It's like Zack Snyder's take was like, well, what if he was all powerful and emo and like a god and everyone just wanted to worship him? Wouldn't that be cool? Like,
No, that's what it is. We've already been here. We've done this. But what if it's in slow
So
motion?
just the story then.
Yeah. Same character we've seen since the 50s?
yeah.
Okay.
You want to use more blacks, is what I'm hearing.
I rewatched the black and white from a couple years ago, The Tragedy of Macbeth, directed by Joel Cohen. I had a friend who's a big Shakespeare fan and had not seen this version. and they weren't a huge fan because it makes severe cuts to the original Macbeth play. But
Sure.
Your friend annoys me.
I think it was like 5 minutes into the movie, and like I immediately heard it. Like you hate it, don't you? Like, yeah. Like,
well, you should probably go to theater because this is not theater.
But it held up for me. It's a gorgeous movie. I mean, they definitely admitted the set design and cinematography and lighting are all like immaculate. But
Right.
Was Lady Macbeth appropriately cunty?
it's
Because
it's what's her name?
That's
Frances McDormand. I think Frances McDormand might be one of our most cunty actresses. Did you ever watch 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri?
Yeah. That was a good flick.
Yeah. I watched on the recommendation from an online comment, I watched a Patton Oswalt movie from 2009 called Big Fan. Super interesting movie. I liked it. It's like a
when
zero.
You say a Patton Oswalt movie, is he like the star? Or
He's the lead, yeah.
Direct it? Okay.
He's the lead. I think he was a producer or something. But no,
I don't really see him as a lead, but
well, I mean, this is like a zero budget movie.
Sure.
Just about a guy who's like has no life, but absolutely fucking loves the New York Giants, and then
I hate him already.
kind of like stalks the quarterback of the New York Giants, and then the guy like beats the shit out of him, and then he's gonna get kicked out of the NBA or whatever because of a lawsuit, and so like he's like really fucking doesn't know what to do.
Cross sports here, but yeah,
because he's well, I don't know the what NFL. Yeah, he doesn't. He knows that the league or his team is gonna fucking lose the season if he pursues a lawsuit with the quarterback. So he's really conflicted. But it's really interesting movie. I liked it a lot. Next, I watched White Men Can't Jump. Another, I guess I'm on a sports kick.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in, well,
I thought it was fun. Like, it's really fun character interactions and dialogue, but the story was just like kind of just happens. I felt like
yeah.
It's kind of like it's the classic like
sports things in general. Like,
I think this is more of like a hustlers type deal, you know, like a con man kind of a thing.
Sports adjacent.
Rosie Perez is really fucking good.
Really fucking hot.
She's really hot, and she's actually really good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like the whole subplot with
kind
Jeopardy.
Of the same. She's kind of the same in everything she does, but she really stands out.
Well, and when you put somebody like her in a place that they fit, and it's good.
Oh, the Jeopardy part is awesome. You know, like
it's not. It's bad. I don't know. Like it was totally watchable. It just, I don't know. The story felt very meandering and like, and then this happens, and then this
we'll
happens.
go over here. Like,
I just like that it's this character who's
early 90s, I think 92.
This character whose dream is to be on Jeopardy, so she's just like constantly studying random shit.
Well, yeah, like that's the more interesting plot. Like, why isn't that she the main character?
Yeah, like I know 11 foods that start with the letter Q. You know.
And then I organized a movie day for my spouse, their birthday. I picked 5 movies for the day and scheduled and had a whole bunch of friends over. It was a lot of fun. The 5 movies were Et tu Mama Tambien, my first time watching. I don't know if you guys have seen this one.
Et tu Mama Tambien.
Yeah. It's early Alfonso Cuarón.
That translates to and
your mother
too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did watch that.
It's a whole horny threesome movie. Actually, a lot more. Honestly, I thought a lot more horny than Challengers, and everyone was just blown away by how horny Challengers was. And there's actually a threesome.
Have you ever seen Hamon Hamon?
No.
Which translates in
Your
Spanish to
three?
ham.
Ham.
Like, I watched this movie because it had like some legit reviews. Not to hijack your thing here, and like John would love this movie because it's just got like all kinds of like nonsensical, like useless sex, and it's just like this. It's what's the Mexican actress that played her from Abre los Ojos, Vanilla Sky.
Penelope.
Yeah, Penelope Cruz. Yeah, and there's this scene where like she's just hanging out with her boyfriend, and he's just like sucking on her nipples the whole time when they're like having a conversation. And she's just like, "Oh, you like to suck on my nipples a lot?" And he's like, "Yeah, they taste like ham." And I'm just like, "Whoa, it's already come full circle."
Ham.
Look at that. Oh shit.
The second movie we watched was Delicatessen, which this was scheduled over a month and a half before this week's podcast. I'll obviously talk about this one later.
Yeah.
The third movie was the movie called The Congress from 2013, starring Robin Wright. It's a half animated, half
Did she
live
drop
action.
the pen?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
I don't know when or why, but yeah. It's a gorgeous movie and also more relevant than ever because it's all about actors like just selling the rights to their image to studios so they can just use AI to reproduce them for as long as they want. But this came out 12 years ago. The really, really beautiful animation, and the story is very trippy. I like this is my second time watching it, but still fantastic. Then I watched The People's Joker, which is a kind of like a I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's uses all of the Batman character names, but it is a completely independent production and like not an official Batman story in any way. And it's using like these characters and the setting in the world to tell the story of this person's transition, like coming out as a trans woman.
Right.
And it's like kind of unlike anything I've ever seen. It's a super, super low budget movie. And so there's like literally times where it stops being live action and switches to an animation. But like, if you get on the wavelength of the movie, right? If you understand what the movie is doing and capable of doing, you know, it just gets into a flow. And there was times where it would like switch to an animation or a different filming type, most likely for budgetary reasons, but like you just follow along and it doesn't distract you at all.
No, right on. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting actually.
As far as like a Batman related property, it's like probably the most interesting thing to come out of the franchise ever, maybe. But highly recommend.
Yeah, no, that sounds super cool. I'd be down to check that out.
I don't know where it would be streaming. I have the Blu-ray if either of you want to borrow it, but yeah, highly recommend. And then the last movie we watched for the movie day was The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Have you seen that?
I've been wanting to watch that forever.
I don't know that. What is this?
It's a Terry Gilliam film.
Ooh, okay.
And it is
instantly interested.
Yeah. It is like honestly might be the most Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, I've been wanting. Okay. That's been on my list.
It's a really fucking weird movie. I'm in. Yeah. I'm in for this.
Yeah. The cast is kind of crazy. Most notably, Robin Williams is in it for like 2 scenes, and
keep that name in your mind. Terry Gilliam as a director. Keep that name in your mind for later discussions.
Yes.
One of the films we featured in this episode is
Terry Gilliam-esque,
like the most Terry Gilliam.
No,
Terry Gilliam.
Yeah,
the director of Delicatessen very much has those vibes. For sure.
But the Adventures of Baron Munchausen is, of course, super fucking fun with like incredible practical effects and sets.
He's so good with that.
It's just ginormous and wonderful.
Yeah, now I have to watch that. I've been wanting to watch that forever.
As far as the TV, there's a couple more movies, but the TV that I've been going crazy with, Black Mirror, the new season of Black Mirror.
I was going to be on my list. I've only gotten a couple episodes in, but that first episode was fantastic.
I've heard nothing but good things. I've seen nothing. I'm like admittedly a couple seasons behind.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I just didn't know, but yeah, the first episode of this season was like hit entirely too close to home. It was Oh, just fucking heart wrenching.
No, it was by the end of it too. Like it's just like there you and watching the episode, there's no other like recourse to this. You know where it's going, and then it goes there, and it's like, oh, well, yeah,
God,
yeah, I want to go fucking
brutal,
eat some ice cream and kill myself now.
That's my favorite episode of the season so far. I think a lot of the episodes are kind of hit or miss, but they all have ideas and things I like about them.
Yeah, I think that's very true for the whole franchise.
The whole basically,
they're covering so much ground and like striking so many irons that it's hard for everything to be completely, because a lot of what the show does is not supposed to be satisfying. Like a lot of what the show is doing is supposed to like make you feel uncomfortable and be weird. And
it's like it's turning a mirror on society, but the mirror is dark.
Yeah. No, I've always loved Black Mirror is one of the franchises of Netflix that has always made me stand by Netflix for their production of real hard-hitting art, because that's what Black Mirror is. And I'm super excited for the new season of Love, Death, and Robots that's coming, because that's another one that is just super hard-hitting, fucking intense art that I cannot wait for.
That's another one. There's always something about the episodes. A lot of them really lack story in Love, Death, and Robots, but like at the very least, you're getting some incredible animation.
Yeah. No, it's both of those shows kind of swing super hard, where it's like, okay, this episode was like, I could take a couple things from it and I really enjoyed it, and then this episode, like, fuck that, just like
I feel like there's one episode in every season that just has everything, like the story, the vibe.
No, they do,
the animation,
for sure.
just all clicks.
Yeah, I'd say
the like Lovecraftian like ship story, I think it was from the last season. The animation was like beyond anything I've seen. And then also like just such a fucking terrifying story.
Yeah. No, Love, Death, and Robots is, God, it's one of my favorite things that's ever been made. Yeah. But Black Mirror, I'm excited to finish the season. I've only gotten a few episodes in, but I'm looking forward to the rest of it. Yeah. Because the first episode started off fucking super straight. It felt a lot like the episode from last season or the season before that, where it was the Netflix show where the chick
I had some flashes
and then came home
of the I think it might be from the first or second season, but with Domhnall Gleeson, where he's like a robot duplicate of this woman's dead husband. Oh yeah. I got some reminders of that, which is one of my favorite episodes of the series. So a very, very, very prominent holiday happened over the weekend on Sunday.
Good Friday.
April 20th, 420.
Oh yeah.
My favorite holiday, I think. Of the year, maybe second to Halloween.
Did you watch some Smoke 'em Up movies?
I was going to, and then I got like off on a tangent, and I was looking through. I only have about, I think, 50 movies out currently that aren't packed away, and I was just scrolling through, and a couple of them, like basically every movie I have out are movies I'm like top of my mind wanting to watch, and this one actually has been on my radar for the podcast for a while, and it probably still is. It came out in 2012, and I haven't seen it since then. But so it basically lost every memory of it, but still thought it was awesome. It's called In the House. It's a French kind of comedy, drama, thriller. It's one of those that's kind of. Yeah. I don't want to put a genre title on it, because then you're going to go into it like, this better make me laugh, or I better get stressed out. Right. But really, really like it. Called In the House. It would. It's not supernatural in any way, but it would make a really good double pair or a double feature with Stranger Than Fiction. Okay. If you want to give some kind of ideas. Not nearly as quirky, of course, but. And then I went from In the House to Mouse Hunt. Oh God. Z and I wanted to watch this. This might be the last movie we watch in our current house, so we wanted to watch something funny, and I think.
Have you not moved into the new house yet?
We're not sleeping there yet. We will be by this weekend.
Okay.
We have to be out by April 30th.
Just taking your time moving stuff, huh?
Well, I mean, most of the stuff is moved in now. I just wanted to Hey, isn't this cool, audience? This is what you came for.
Hey, this is what they came for.
Yeah, if you're listening, you're prepared.
I was wanting to get as many of the projects done as I could before we moved in, so we're not working around furniture and stuff, and trying to keep dust off of our living space. So I was able to finish a couple rooms before we move in, and then I will hopefully move along and finish each room one by one as we go.
Yeah. You gotta paint the sex dungeon before
Yeah.
you move in the.
You gotta find the
fucking
right
torture
shade of
objects,
pink.
You don't want to get paint spatter on that fine leather.
Yeah, paint splatter. That's the one I'm worried about.
Yeah.
But we thought this was a fitting movie. We've both seen it, but not since we were kids, and it is a movie of a house falling apart during a renovation. I don't know if either of you have seen it. It's
The Money Pit?
It's.
No, Mouse Hunt.
Oh, Mouse Hunt. Yeah.
I have vague
Okay,
recollection
I thought
of
you
it.
had moved on to another film. Yeah, Mouse
No,
Hunt.
yeah, Mouse Hunt.
Yeah, I've seen Mouse Hunt.
It is stupid.
It's pretty stupid.
But it is. I honestly has some really fun practical effects, which you
Yeah.
wouldn't really think of. But there's
Right.
they use a lot of miniatures and stuff for the
Oh,
mice.
nice.
And there's some very fun performances. Nathan Lane, I think I could watch Nathan Lane forever. I think he's
a pretty
funny.
fun guy, yeah. And I mean that a movie like that is just it's fun. It's supposed to just be fun. So.
But it made me look at the director, who, if you don't know, it's directed by Gore Verbinski. I think Gore Verbinski is a really underappreciated director.
Yeah,
I know.
What else you got
I'm
on
not
his resume
familiar.
there?
With a name.
The Lone Ranger, A Cure for Wellness. Those are the lesser ones. But he did The Ring, Rango, and then the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Oh, okay.
John immediately hates him.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. I can appreciate what he's doing. Like I know that people like it, but it's a little.
He also did The Mexican, the Brad
Too
Pitt
much.
movie. I've not seen that one. But I
don't think I'm a fan of his.
Have you seen Rango? No, you probably haven't. Have you seen
Rango is the thing that
I think I have seen
that
Rango.
I like from his catalog. Like
I think he's
Rango
just
is
a
good.
really grade A blockbuster director.
The Mexican's
and we don't
pretty
have
not good,
a lot
though.
of those. I haven't seen The Mexican or The Weatherman, which he also directed with Nicolas Cage.
I haven't seen that, but I assume it's bad.
A Cure for Wellness, I thought was pretty forgettable, but The Lone Ranger I thought was actually a really fun action movie.
I was curious about that one, but I figured it might be not exactly what I'd want. So.
The Ring is
Starring Armie Hammer before he was banned from society, and back when his name was Armin, which his name was once Armin Hammer.
and then he decided to go by Army as if that was somehow better.
Yeah.
Well, because he realized that, my name's kind of stupid.
Yeah,
I know.
I need
I'll
a
make
stage
it-
name.
yeah. I'll make it slightly less stupid.
And then I think that's
And,
about the run of it.
it.
Oh, but I just finished the season finale, and it is not a one season thing. It's going to get a second season. But Common Side Effects.
oh yeah.
We've talked about that.
I need to catch back up on that.
I actually just watched the 10th and final episode last night.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where we thought we had finished it, the entire series, and then we were scrounging for something to watch because I was about ready to pass out, and I had 30 minutes after we went and saw the
Sinners.
brilliant Sinners last night. And so it was that bonus episode that you didn't know
Yeah.
you had left, and
Really intense.
Dude, I love
finale.
the main character in that is just so refreshing.
Yeah, such
Just
a nice guy.
fucking hippie.
He's just trying his fucking hardest to do the right thing.
And he's always got this Hawaiian shirt that's fucking no buttons.
I like his.
Just
I think
bare
even in
chested
prison,
everywhere.
he's open shirt and then no one
Flip flops.
says
He's
anything.
just the most hippie guy ever.
Yeah.
And just such a fucking refreshing series.
Yeah.
I dig everything about it. so
really
far.
thrilling and really funny.
Yeah.
And fantastic animation.
Yeah.
I've always wanted Adult Swim to lean more into drama show or not
Is
not
this
comedies.
is this an Adult
It's
Swim?
an Adult Swim show.
there have been
Okay.
some.
It's
but
hard to know
maybe
because
more.
HBO and Adult Swim have kind of become one.
Yeah, so it goes directly to Max.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's an Adult Swim show, and not that I love fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force and
Yeah.
Metalocalypse and all that shit, but there's not a lot of people out there putting adult animation.
Yeah.
Back, this is, I'm thinking more
Yeah.
like 15 years ago. They've definitely expounded more now, and that's awesome.
They've had some, like but it was usually the dramatic stuff was probably more anime. I mean, they had
that's what it always was. It
Yeah.
was they had the American comedies and the
Right, and
Japanese,
for
action
sure.
or drama.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of space to explore there. I'm excited to finish that show because I haven't been able to. Just kind of fucking too many things happening at once, and I lost track of it. So I got to get back to it.
It's a great one.
I also watched the first 2 episodes, the only 2 episodes out of The Last of Us season 2.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
So here's the thing for me, and no spoilers here, but I only played the first game. I didn't play the second.
Yeah.
And so, talk about fucking like
gut, and you never had the second game spoiled for you.
Huh?
You never had the second game spoiled for you?
No, I had.
That's cool.
I had no idea. I literally had no idea.
It's currently on pace
episode
with the
2
game.
is gonna fucking punch you in the dick if you have no idea what's going on.
It fucking hurts.
It's actually really refreshing because I watched the entire first season having played the first game, and there's no surprises.
They changed like 2 things.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
I guess I was more surprised that they went as big as they did in the first game. Like when the giraffe shows up, it's like I knew that from the game, but I didn't think they would actually do it. And
it was like incredible how accurate they stayed to the game with the first season. They only changed
from
a couple
what I
things.
understand, they're kind of doing the same with this.
Yeah, I mean,
with
they've added a few things like the
Jesus
invasion
Christ,
thing that
dude.
happens in the second season or second
Jesus
episode.
Christ, man! I felt like somebody had like ripped an organ out after watching that second episode.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. You wouldn't guess they're gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna keep
no spoilers. Everybody watch my good friend and friend of the podcast, Eric Jocko. He's just like, man, he's never played any of the games, but he liked the first season so much. He's like, I like the first season so much that I just want to binge it. I'm gonna wait until all the episodes are out, and then
That's cool, but just fucking heads up,
cool,
you're gonna get spoilers.
I actually urge people to do what we're doing and live week by week on this one.
It's worth it.
Like it doesn't happen very often. It's really fun.
It's made to like have that. Well, like, God damn it, I gotta wait 7 days to see the next one.
No, I mean when they started doing that shit again,
live that roller coaster.
I liked it. It's nice to have. It's nice to have some things to binge, but it's also nice to have things to look forward to.
Even just being part of like a cultural conversation where everyone's kind of talking about the same thing is fun.
Yeah, we
got detached.
We got detached from that for a long time ago, but really, like coming back to it, it's like this is kind of cool.
Yeah,
like it's something that we can all look forward to together.
And The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2 just goes to show you how, like, one little thing can change the trajectory of every single character in a story.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, you now see that, like, okay, we're on a different path than we were before this. And it's just really cool and exciting, and I'm glad to be part of the group that's doing it week to week.
Yeah. And I think I played the first Last of Us game probably like 5 times before the second game came out. It was I would still say probably is my favorite game. But I was never like, I need a sequel, give me more. That's just I don't always feel like
I
that.
did say after I finished the first game though, I said this should be a series. The story's so good it should be a series.
Yeah.
I did say that.
So then like when the second game came out, I obviously instantly bought it and played it, but it wasn't in a way that it felt like it could at all touch my feelings from the first game.
For sure.
Like, okay, let's see what you guys can do. You're not really going to hurt me or whatever.
Right.
But the second game blew me away. It is
nice,
incredible.
I was like you. I bought the second game, and it has been collecting dust for like 7 years. Like, I didn't have the guts to play it because I liked the story of the first one so much that I was just like, I don't want to ruin it by starting the next, chapter.
It's kind of like the logical next step in the story. Which is kind of insane to say for a zombie sequel, but I also like that the zombies are evolving in a way that actually feels like if some sort of zombie thing happen in real life.
No,
these are scary zombies. You know,
that game's whole premise is one of the more interesting takes on the zombie genre in the first place. So
I told the story back in the day where like after like The Walking Dead season 1 came out, and like I was walking around Family Video, and like I started walking their like new release wall from the Z's because it's alphabetical. I started walking at the end, going like reverse alphabetical, and I got like to the T's. I'm like, God damn, I've seen a lot of low budget zombie movies just between Z and T.
Yeah.
And so I started over and pulled out my phone and just made a list of every zombie movie on their new release wall. And there was like an astronomical number of them. And my favorite one was a movie called Fast Zombies with Guns, which my first thought was, isn't that just regular people?
Right.
But I don't know. This series.
Did you check out the porn room?
There was probably zombies are scary.
There's probably some more zombie movies in the porn room. Did you check?
Yeah,
I did not. No.
I mean, for me, it's still like as far as zombie goes, it's fucking 28 Days Later or Return of the Living Dead. Like as the
Fast Zombies are the scariest.
Yeah. Well, 28 Days Later, they're not actually zombies either.
Return of the Living Dead is scary just because unkillable zombies are scary.
Not only unkillable, 100% intelligent zombies. They're unkillable and are like fucking duping you, and they're just like they know what's going on the entire time. There is no like, oh, we just want to eat your brains. Like, we want to eat your brains, but we know how to get it.
Like, send more cops.
Yeah, dude, that shit cracked me.
Speaking of 28 Days Later, there's a new trailer for 28 Years Later.
Ooh,
and I would say, obviously, you're on board for the movie. You don't need to watch the trailer again.
Right.
But I did watch it, and it is like still fully has me on board.
Oh,
it expounds more what the story is going to be.
Original
I'm so
director,
excited.
Original writer. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I'm
and original actors.
Yeah, no, shit.
I'm so ready to see the actual sequel it needs and deserves versus the piece of shit that happened.
We also, and I mean, similar to Last of Us, we really just don't get a lot of stories that are years after a zombie invasion.
Oh yeah, for sure,
That's
for sure.
Really interesting place to build on.
No,
I guess
especially,
Fallout is kind of that, but not like
it is. I mean,
for one
when we're talking about like, because Dustin had said that like his favorite like post-apocalyptic thing was The Last of Us, and like to me like the ultimate post-apocalyptic story and world absolutely is Fallout.
Yeah,
like I there's nothing that touches it to me. Like
yeah, I mean it's pretty great.
As a person that's played the early games, and it's just always been my favorite franchise. Like, we're talking about post-apocalyptic shit, Fallout just checks every single box you could ever check. But I'm super excited for 28 Years Later.
Another plus for Last of Us is you don't get a lot of post-apocalyptic show or movies that don't have a desert scene, and deserts get really boring too.
No, they do. They do for sure. And I do appreciate that a lot about that.
Very green environments.
Yeah, and that's because that's.
And actually, I'll take it a step further. You don't get a lot of post-apocalyptic movies that cover vast spaces, and like The Last of Us migrates. Like, you get to see basically all of the United States, in
like, real world settings that you can like really
see. You're not wondering, I wonder if it's like this in France, like they actually do move,
No, it's
Last of Us 3, maybe they'll go across to a different continent, and then it turns out the zombie outbreak didn't happen there, and they're just like,
what's your
what the
problem?
fuck, guys?
Get out of here. Go back. Turn around.
They did that with The Walking Dead, but in a way that's stupid and doesn't make
sense. Yeah, The Walking Dead fell the fuck off, man.
Half of our characters end up in France and the other half in some other country, and it's just like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, that's silly.
And then the last thing, literally right before coming here, I watched the first episode. The first 3 just dropped today. The first episode of Andor season 2.
I watched episode 1 last night.
It's right back on board. It's fucking incredible.
Good stuff.
It's one of the few TV shows I feel like you could put right next to movies, and it's
Yeah.
the same quality.
Yeah, I do want to check that out, and
visuals
I probably
everything.
will since
It's
you still
greater
have
to
your-
me. To me, it's the best Star Wars anything.
Yeah, the settings just look so tangible and like
I like how
the first
un-Star
fucking
Warsy
shot
it really is. Like
Yes.
when the person's like in the bay inspecting the TIE fighter, and it just looks, the whole room looks real, and the
Yeah.
ship looks
Yeah.
real, and it's
Yeah.
incredible.
very very real conversation about somebody who's like kind of joining a rebellion.
Yeah.
Like about how like
Is it
like,
worth it if I die?
Is it worth it if I
Yeah.
die? You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and it's just like
And he it almost kind of
Yeah,
feels
the-
like
the conversation
shoulder
is-
shrug. You know,
it's just like brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
like, yeah, you've already made a difference. Even if you die
Yeah.
right now, you've already
No,
made a
You're
difference
doing
just
something.
because you wanted to.
That
to
was
do
the
something, you
that
know?
has been
Yeah.
the only thing in Star Wars that's kept any amount of my attention forever is Rogue One and
yeah.
this story that's
Yeah,
adjacent
dude,
to
it's
that.
just like to me, it's so much better than Rogue One. Like I like Rogue One,
Yeah.
but like it's just
well,
so
I mean,
much
yeah,
better
because
than Rogue-
it's
yeah.
the story. It's
He had
an
the-
expounded.
it was the same
it's expounded
creator, right? And he just had so much more fucking studio intervention. It gives me kind of like goosebumps
I'm
to
just
think
saying,
about
like,
what
I
Rogue
never-
One could
No,
have been.
no, it's
I'm
like
just saying that I don't give a fuck about the Star Wars space knights magic pseudo Christian fucking analogy.
Yeah.
and like that's the meat of a universe, and that's what actually means something.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to see a series that actually fucking dives into that
Yeah.
more than just space knights and good and evil and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Like,
Which I've been singing the praises of the studio on Apple TV, Seth Rogen series, and there's like I think it's like episode 2 or whatever, and he's taken on the role like running the studio, and he's like, man, I always wanted this job because I wanted to bring back like making great movies again, because nobody really does that. And he's like, and instead I've taken this job and I realized that my job is to take great movies and great ideas and make them terrible,
yeah,
you know, like,
Yeah.
and it's like the studio interjection, it like kills so much, you know.
no. Welcome to art as a product.
Yeah.
That's
If you-
what
if you don't-
all of it is.
Capitalism
If you
and
don't have
art.
Final Cut, you ain't got
That's what
shit.
it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's stepping on anything that is art to turn it into not art, to turn it into hot dogs. It's like let's cook this steak down to a hot dog.
Yeah.
Like flavor? No, fuck that shit.
Now that we bought the rights to your steak, you know what's way better than a steak is a hot dog.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Especially
Yeah.
if we dip it in cornmeal and then fry it.
Yeah. All right. So
But yeah, I
is that
think
all
that's
for
the
you?
gist of the TV and movies I've been watching.
Okay. I'll try to go relatively fast because
Oh, you're fine.
some time. As far as series goes, thanks to Dustin's Roku that's sitting at my house, I did watch Daredevil up
Nice.
to the very last episode.
Are you rewatching the whole series or just
no,
the new?
No,
Okay.
just the new. It's all pretty fresh in my mind. I really, really love the Netflix Daredevil. Like, I really like fucking Daredevil. I mean, I just think he's one of the most interesting comic book characters. I love the cast and performances.
I'm not as far into the season as you are, but
Yeah.
like I feel like it's just the same.
Oh,
Like,
it's just so
it's
good.
Not like it's
Yeah.
not like a switching from Netflix to Disney.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
really?
it affected that opening fight scene, man. That's my only gripe with it. That opening
It
fight
felt a
scene,
little overly digital, right?
dude, so digital,
so touched
and
up.
it was just like it kind of kicked me in the teeth, and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And then it got away from that and just got into the drama of these characters and just the good writing, and I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. I'm back at it again. So I assume the last episode is going to be some crazy fight scene, and I hope to fuck that it doesn't feel like that first fight
Yeah.
scene. 'Cause that's my only criticism of the series.
I was a bit
Is
bit
that-
on the fence about that fight scene also.
Yeah.
Just
No,
like
it-
I like the
it was-
choreography.
It was
But,
too
like-
too digital, too CGI, it felt
You
more
can put me in the
Disney.
same camp, but that's just because I just get like bored shitless when it's like action
Just
scenes
nonstop.
kinda
Well, the
just
thing
bore
is,
shit
with
out of
with
me,
the other
dude.
Daredevil, it's shit that's really akin to North Korea or South Korean fucking fight choreography. You know, the films that we love. Like, it was brutal and raw and real, and like that shit didn't feel real at all. That shit felt like Avengers, which I fucking hate that. So that was off-putting, but once it got past that and into the meat of the story, fantastic scenes, fantastic performances as always. Like, all the guys are great. So super enjoyed that.
I just, because of Andor, regained access to Disney Plus. I'm hoping to catch up. I only watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Of Daredevil.
Oh, it
I'm
gets
hoping
good. There's a wonderful fucking scene with Daredevil and the Punisher.
That's what I'm very excited for.
And it's like the Punisher hasn't done shit in the show from what I've seen.
John Bernthal was like born to play.
No,
that
he was.
role.
And no, there's a scene that's just dialogue of them playing off of each other's character, and like it's fucking wonderful.
Yeah,
like, wonderful. No, I think it's fantastic. Another series that we just started, and we got through about six or so episodes. It's on Netflix. It's That Dirty Black Bag. It's a Western with Dominic Cooper as one of the leads. Dude from
Preacher?
Preacher, yeah.
Is he playing an American again?
Well, at first he seems like he is, but then it's revealed at a certain point that he's actually Italian. But no, it's a really... So I just watched another...
Twist!
Yeah. I just watched another...
It was a spaghetti western the whole time!
Yeah. No, I had just... There was another Western on Netflix that was American Primeval. That was also really good series.
I really wanted to watch that.
It's really good.
It looked good.
It's fucking goddamn dark and depressing, and just like, we watched that and Alicia's like, well, this is why I don't like Westerns. I'm like, yeah, I get it.
They're sad.
They're just ugly and dirty and mean. So this has like characteristics of that, but there's a lot more depth of the characters, and the way they approach storytelling is fun.
Westerns.
Yeah.
This one's really good, man. Like they create a lot of layers to it. They create a lot of really interesting characters. The main character.
Is this a movie or
It's a series.
Oh, a series, like a mini series though.
Yeah. Well, no, it's full season.
Oh,
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
gonna be more.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know if there's gonna be more, but there's a full season.
But I
of
mean,
at least.
well, like American Primeval was, I think, a limited series.
that was one and done.
Yeah. Okay.
It was 8 episodes, I think, but it was.
But you don't know if this one's
I don't
limited
know
or
if this
okay.
one's going to be continued, but it's definitely going to be. It is 8 or 10 episodes. Main characters are Dominic Cooper, who plays a sheriff, and then, of course, in this western town, the madam of a whorehouse is one of the main characters and one of the big players in this town, because it's built around a town that there was a gold rush, and the gold fucking just dried up, and then they've been hit with a drought for like 5+ years. So this town is just like it's just a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
But
it sounds very Deadwood.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Deadwood.
I haven't seen that.
But yeah, very, very similar concept.
No, it's really good. I highly recommend that. So do definitely check that out. As far as movies, one of the things I watched the other day, which it was as satisfying as every other time I've watched it. We got the kids home after Sunday dinner, and we're like, what are we gonna watch? Didn't know what I was gonna watch. Popped up Netflix. Waterworld was right there. I'm like, let's watch motherfucking Waterworld.
Hell yeah.
Watch Waterworld. God damn it. Every time I watch that movie, it is fucking satisfying. I love that movie to death, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, there's so many holes. There's so much nonsense, but like at the end of the day, like,
nonsense.
the story is cool, the world is cool, while the world has all kinds of holes. Like, I could imagine how they could be fixed. Give me a chance, I'll fucking patch those bitches right up. It's just fucking satisfying, man. I don't know. I just love that movie. So
Yeah.
Watch Waterworld. Same satisfaction as the last fucking 30 years I've watched that movie. I did watch Y2K the other day. Yeah.
It's kind of a fun double feature.
yeah. Dude, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was super fun.
It was, while we're talking about ridiculous Kevin Costner sci-fi movies, you ever see The Postman? What was your take on The Postman?
So, this
is another film that was like destroyed by critics.
So, I remember, and actually, this might be a thing here pretty soon, but after watching Waterworld, that movie popped back into my mind. I liked The Postman quite a bit when it came out. But you know me, I'm a sucker for post-apocalyptic shit.
Yeah, me too.
Postman apocalyptic shit.
Yeah, Postman. Ooh. No, I really enjoyed it. It's been fucking a grip since I've seen it, so I want to rewatch it really bad because it has been a while. But I remember it being very solid. But I am
In my mind, Postman is greater than Waterworld.
Oh, yeah,
whatever
no.
that means to you. Like,
well, I mean, Waterworld's a popcorn flick.
yeah.
Postman's like a film. Postman's
Yeah,
like
that's probably why I
Dances
like it
with
better.
Wolves.
It's got more teeth.
Yeah, no.
Dances with Wolves is just. I think it's just one of the fucking best movies ever.
No,
I
I mean,
love Dances
The
with
Postman
Wolves.
is that. Like Waterworld is fully just a popcorn flick, and if you look at it as anything else, like you're gonna be disappointed. But if you know what it is, like, and you lean into it and you just have a good time, like it's a fucking good time. But no, they're wholly different. Like that's a fucking zebra. This is a tiger. You know.
I haven't seen either movie, but I always get the Postman and the Lawnmower Man mixed up.
Well, you know what, dude?
They are not the same.
They're not the same, but I will say I watched The Lawnmower Man not that long ago. That movie was way better than I remembered it being.
I've heard
I
that.
don't remember it being good, but I feel like I would probably appreciate it more than Waterworld.
Dude, it honestly holds up way better than I thought. Of course, it's in that early '90s stage of like CGI,
yeah.
and that like hurt it.
I remember that hurting it when I was a kid watching it.
But the
Like,
thing is, that's what the shit was then, though, in the early
Yeah.
'90s. Like
But
that's
see,
what it was. It
I see
wasn't,
those
like,
kind
a
of
poor
effects,
version.
and I just go, "Why did they even try?" You
Well,
know?
why didn't they just do?
So
With,
what I'm saying is, it's not inaccurate though.
Yeah.
Like, that's what those effects would have been in the time the film was made. Like,
I haven't seen
that's
the
what-
movie, so I guess I don't
that's
know
what
the
they were.
context of.
I mean, it's like it's
I
virtual
would,
reality stuff, but virtual reality stuff in the '90s looked like that. It was
Yeah.
shit. It was ugly. But like, if you don't focus on that and look at the story is actually like way better than I remembered it being by a pretty wide margin. So like,
I think I just got that
I think
one
you
on
just
sale.
kinda
I
have
to
to-
watch it, and the Postman.
forgive that thing because it like with that movie, it's not like that movie wasn't a sci-fi movie that's portraying to you what it's going to look like in 20 years with our technology. That movie's portraying to you the technology of the early
Yeah,
90s.
yeah.
You know, that's,
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
so like there's not a reason to like fault it for that, you know.
Okay, the Postman is about a guy who gets mail and then decides to, in the apocalypse, deliver it to the people it was addressed to, or
when
no?
he's surviving, like as he's trying to survive, he takes shelter in a postal vehicle and like kind of digs through the shit. I think he might read a letter or two, kind of get some degree sentimental about it, but not completely. But he uses it as a ruse, or he uses it as a way to get into like a post-apocalyptic city.
Yeah.
And then after that succeeding and him like kind of taking on the role, he just kind of leans into it. So it's a bit of like character progression with him because he's just some random guy surviving the apocalypse, and then he just kind of takes this mantle on.
So in my head, I like to think
I am like very much wanting to rewatch it. It's been a long time
Yeah.
since I've
I
seen
want to
it.
watch it. Yeah.
I remember it being kind of a
It's
long
3
movie.
hours.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
It's a solid 3
It's a
hours.
long movie.
Yeah.
And also it's got like Tom Petty has a speaking role. Like
Which I can't remember at all. I assume is bad, but I would watch again.
I kind of remember it, and I don't remember it being good.
It's
So,
probably not. It's Tom Petty.
yeah.
So in my mind, I like to imagine that the Lawnmower Man is the same story as the Postman.
It is not the
except
same
with
at all.
mowing
It
no,
is
yards.
not the same.
No,
at all.
it
Mail.
is so much different.
I just like the idea of a guy stumbling across
So,
a mower in the apocalypse.
I would be curious
Like,
to see
well,
the IMDb
gotta
scores for
finish the
all
job.
3 movies
Okay.
between Postman,
So
Waterworld,
Lawnmower
and
Man.
Lawnmower Man.
Do you want IMDb or Letterboxd?
But in my mind, Postman is better than the other 2.
Well, yeah,
I'm on Letterboxd,
Postman's
so
a
I'm gonna
good
look
film.
at-
Postman's a good film. I would. You asked my feelings on Postman. I would defend.
Letterboxd or IMDb is not going to like any of these films.
Postman is a good film. It's as good as Dances with Wolves.
No,
It's just-
now you're fucking about.
I'm just saying, like,
Now you're fucking about. Like Dances with Wolves is like a fucking cinematic masterpiece.
I know it
dude.
is.
It's,
Okay.
it's like one of the greatest westerns ever.
Here we go. You guys,
It's fantastic.
you guess the ranking of the 3. Which do you think is
People hated
1,
Postman.
2, and 3?
Oh my god, dude, these are all bad though. I'm gonna guess like
Lawnmower
Waterworld-
Man. No, Waterworld, Lawnmower Man.
Lawnmower Man, Postman. I'm gonna guess it's that
From
order.
worst to best?
From best
Best
to
to
worst.
Waterworld? Right? Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
No,
Yeah.
actually, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna say Lawnmower Man, Waterworld,
Postman.
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 Yeah, that's
You-
fair enough.
yeah?
That makes sense.
Okay. In order from lowest score to highest score is The Lawnmower Man with 2.6.
Yeah, okay.
The Postman with 2.8.
Yeah.
And Waterworld with 2.9.
Yeah.
It's pretty
You know
close.
I love one of those films, and I am excited to find out if I love the other. And the other film
I feel like
respect.
the post of that group, the Postman is the one that if you watched it today would most outscore that ranking. Like
Yeah.
you'd be like, that's a better movie than that.
Having only seen Waterworld of the three, I'm gonna guess it's the most rewatchable. I mean, a 3-hour movie's not super rewatchable, and then I don't know. We'll see with both of them. I have to watch them both.
I don't know, man. Like, I haven't seen either in a while, and I kind of want to rewatch The Postman. I have no desire to rewatch Waterworld.
Dude, you should watch fucking Waterworld.
I don't want to rewatch Waterworld. I've seen
you,
Waterworld enough times to know that it's not good.
No, it's solid. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with
like,
it.
the holes are not like... I can't skip the holes in that movie. It's just so ridiculous.
It's easy
It's
enough.
so... It's like... It's so well...
It's only 2 hours 15.
get
That's
into
not
Maybe
terrible.
you like Waterworld. Like
I love
Waterworld's
it.
fun.
You like tiny little things in writing drive you crazy, and there's so many
Oh
fucking
no, I
holes
know.
in that movie.
I know, and it's okay. It's okay. the tire teaches you it's okay.
Yeah.
Rubber, man, like it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I mean, I like
that
how
movie
you bring this
is
up when
about
you
the
want to use the argument.
experience.
But
Yeah. All of a
I'm
sudden,
just
the
saying.
prop choice makes the entire movie garbage.
No, like, it's
Over
you
here,
can-
but
I agree with you.
that movie's an experience, and
Yeah.
like the really important parts of the story, I think are 100% intact. Like, yeah, there's all kinds of things that
I think the
Dude,
problem
so
with
much.
Waterworld,
It's fine, I get it, but
a
it's
huge
still fun.
It's got a lot of problems, but the biggest to me is they tried to make it an action movie.
I would say the biggest problem is
It's like an
that
action comedy.
is what's his name? The lead,
Kevin
Costner, just takes everything a little too seriously.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to be a little
So-
silly, you know?
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
role could've used
I
a
have
little
I
bit
have
more.
I have a Kevin Costner movie on my docket for a future pick, and I apologize because I know you hate him, Reese.
I don't hate him. I just
But
don't think he's
in this
great.
movie that I have in mind, he does not take it seriously at all, and
yeah?
it is the best Kevin Costner you.
That's why I think I always liked Dennis Quaid. In my mind, they were very similar, but I always liked Dennis Quaid more.
Yeah, for sure. Dennis Quaid can definitely do that. He's been
They're
sillier than hell.
they're both just your dad.
Yeah,
yeah, they're the dad.
I mean, yeah,
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Okay. Was there anything else?
Wait, what's the movie? Can I know? What if I watch
You'll
it?
know when I pick
I'm
it.
gonna go watch all of the.
No, you're not. You're not
His
gonna. If
movies
you haven't
now.
seen it by now, you're not gonna see it.
Well, I'm gonna watch The Postman. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's not the movie. So
All right. I had one other
just don't
thing.
watch any other Kevin Costner movies. I'm sure that won't wreck your.
Well, I'm gonna watch the
So-
entirety of
So
Yellowstone.
I would agree that Kevin Costner may not be a great actor, but I like him. I like the movies that a lot of the movies that he's like. He has a lot of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
But I could agree that he may not be the best, and maybe there's somebody better. But I like the movies, and I still like him enough in those movies. So
I don't think he's
Is
bad.
it The Untouchables?
I don't think he's great.
not
No, but you won't like. That is a very good movie.
Yeah.
You won't like his performance in that movie.
It's
probably
another
very-
Kevin
it's
Costner.
the most
It's
Kevin
same.
Costner,
Yeah,
Kevin
super
Costner
serious.
role.
Yeah.
Very serious. The movie I'm talking about.
I'm
He's
gonna
not serious at all.
slowly explain to you why you're not taking this as serious as I'm taking.
He
it.
plays.
Yeah.
He plays fucking Elliot Ness, the guy who brought down Al Capone.
Yeah.
How goofy you think he's gonna be?
Yeah.
You know, he's fucking Kevin Costner. Like Kevin Costner is the perfect guy to play that role.
Yeah.
But the thing you get with that is you get the best Andy Garcia performance of all time, and you also get a very good Sean Connery performance. So
You don't get those every day.
you do not. Well, especially these days.
Speaking of, I got there was a sale. I got is it Zardoz?
Oh, did you?
I got Zardoz on
Nice.
Vudu.
You gotta watch that.
I
bitch,
still haven't seen that one yet.
That movie's
Yeah,
fucking.
I'm excited.
It's something else. Like so it's so fun because that they present like technology and like sci-fi, like high sci-fi technology with like 70s hippie shit. They just kind of like rationalize it together. Like we've gained this ability, but like it feels very much the same.
Yeah.
It's
Every time I hear you talk about that movie, I think it'd be a great mystery science theater.
Oh, it would.
Probably, yeah.
It would. No.
With like the garb
Dude,
and stuff.
there's a giant head that just vomits guns. Like the opening scene. The opening scene is these fucking guys on horses wearing like red fucking underwear, basically, in big boots, like riding people down and murdering them. And then this giant floating head comes along and is like,
Here's some guns.
don't have any sex with women. It's terrible. It's the worst thing ever. Just murder each other. And then just vomits guns out.
Show me what you got.
Oh man!
And then they pick up the guns and pray to this
gold
head and
for
ride
our
off
mystery
and
science
murder
theater.
more
What are you
things.
doing, Reese? You're wasting it.
Yeah, that movie. Dude, that movie's something else. Alright, my last mention was 13 Ghosts, the original 13 Ghosts from the 60s.
I haven't seen either.
I watched that
13
one.
Ghosts.
Well,
The new one's not good.
it's bad. The
It's
new
got
one
Matthew Lillard in it.
The
Do
new
I
one
need to
has
say
really
more?
cool monster effects. It's like really cool effects and really cool monsters. Just completely atrocious story. Like if you want to see some cool monsters in a cool setting, you can watch that movie.
Yeah.
But the story
the-
and
the-
writing are fucking trash.
Yeah,
There's nothing good.
the writing especially. It's been I saw it like when it came out. I saw it one time, but I'll never forget. It's like you're watching this movie and you're trying to take it seriously, and like something like less than 5 minutes in, somebody's like, "Well, what are we gonna do about the 13 ghosts?" And then you're just like, "Really?" Like we're just gonna get that get the title right into the dialogue right
Yeah.
off the bat, huh? And and like it was very poorly like presented. Like this actor's like it might have even been Matthew
probably
Lillard that
was,
said
yeah.
it. You know, just like what the fuck.
Like,
man?
geez, Scooby.
No, they
We gotta get away from these 13 ghosts.
Dude, it was exactly that.
Yeah.
It was the shaggiest
No,
of
so
performances.
it was Shaggy trying to be serious.
Yeah.
It was if Shaggy would try to be serious.
Shaggy was trying to be hard.
Yeah. No, the pace of it's. I think there is actually a story there, like on the watch of the original, because like it's almost like more comedic, but
Most of the
there's a
horror
good-
movies of the early 2000s were like, we're funny. You know? Scream.
Here's our take on Scream.
Yeah.
But it was hammy as you would expect it to be, but it was enjoyable enough to watch. If you want to watch a goofy old movie.
Are the two 13 Ghosts actually related? Is the newer one a remake of that one?
Yeah.
Or they just happen? Yeah.
No, they're
Oh,
complete
because they were
reboot.
remaking
That is the
everything. They
reboot.
did
Yeah.
they did The Haunting
Yeah.
and they did House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
And Wax, House of Wax. They remade that
Yeah,
one
I
too.
think that- yeah.
That was a whole
But
bunch.
yeah, no, it was the original of that, and it was. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed it more than the newer one, honestly. Like
I mean,
it was.
I
it was
would
fun
imagine
for what
so.
it
I would
was.
guess so. Yeah.
I would have to imagine that
It's a
all
cool
of the
idea,
old ones are better
and
than
I
the
think
new ones.
that it is a good formula for more stories. I want to see it done more.
Yeah.
Like done well. Like there is a cool base story in the story.
Yeah.
They just
It's
Make it-
one of those. It's a bummer. The
Yeah.
remake sucked because it's
Yeah.
very capable of being remade.
yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right.
We're ready to head to the features.
We are.
Let's go.
All right. I did a old school blockbuster employee favorites double feature. So back in the day, Blockbuster used to let the employees choose 5 movies to display as their favorites, so that people might rent some old movies and enjoy them. And so I did one from mine and one from somebody else's that I never got to see. The first movie we watched is Life is Beautiful. Written, directed, and starring Robert Benigni. Roberto Benigni as Guido.
You want the plot?
Yeah, let's do the plot, and then I'll give you my take on it.
1997. Life is Beautiful. A touching story of an Italian bookseller of Jewish ancestry who lives in his own little fairy tale. His creative and happy life would come to an abrupt halt when his entire
Mouse.
when his entire family is deported
Be quiet.
to a concentration camp during World War II. While locked up, he tries to convince his son that the whole thing is just a game. And the tagline is, an unforgettable fable that proves love, family, and imagination conquer all. Yeah, you can Just you don't need that tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Roberto Benigni plays Guido, and if there's ever like the idea of a whimsical Holocaust movie, like
That's what this is.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
I would have been so much more prepared for the movie if somebody would have just attached that adjective, like it's whimsical.
Yeah, I
Maybe
wanted
could
you to
get
go
that.
into it blind because
Yeah.
I kind of did the first time I saw it. It kind of like softens the Holocaust because it has to, because it's a comedy.
It's kind
Messy.
of it's kind of really abrupt because it starts out like 100% whimsical and then switches.
Yeah, but it keeps a little bit of that. I mean,
No, it keeps the whimsy all the way through.
So,
Yeah.
so
but it doesn't prepare you for the.
so
the other
Roberto
part.
Benigni's character, just a whimsical guy through and through. You get a little love story where he keeps meeting the same woman, and like he's kind of like the mysterioso
Right.
gentleman that just keeps appearing in like appropriate times, and then he like at first it's actual happenstance, and then he just kind of leans into it.
Yeah.
And
He
then
does some ridiculous shit.
yeah, so yeah, they find love, they get married, they have a child, and then the Holocaust comes,
Yeah.
and they get shipped off to a little concentration camp, and women and children are generally killed first here, but it happens to be on his son's birthday, and he uses his birthday as an excuse to create a game to hide him from the bad men. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I really appreciate this movie because I feel like he uses humor throughout, even when they get into the concentration camp, and it's written in a way to where it's like he's using humor because it's the only weapon he has. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great story, and it's a great approach to it, and it's super sincere, and it is great performance. The ridiculousness of like his ruse in the environment that it becomes is fucking kind of wild.
Yeah, I do really appreciate what it's doing as far as portraying such a. It feels like I think it sits alongside something like, and this might sound a little weird, but The Northman or The Green Knight, and that it tells you right away at the beginning, this isn't going for realism.
Yeah, this is a bit of a fable.
Feels like
yeah,
it,
for sure.
It's like this is a
for
fable-like
sure.
storytelling.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so
Putting in that context is very
like I feel like
Yeah.
Roberto
necessary.
Benigni was
I agree with that.
like
sure.
born to play this character, like this
Yeah.
role, but like there's no role for Guido in like the actual Holocaust, you know?
No, no,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
this movie softens that part of it
Yeah.
for the sake of art.
Yeah.
Where you, I mean, even to the point of being able to get away with having his son hidden for that long.
Yeah,
It's like,
no, for sure.
Well, he couldn't do that. Well, yeah, that's fine. That's not
Yeah,
that's not how the
that's-
story is
yeah.
told.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Waterworld.
Yes, yeah, no reason.
No, it's not the same. It's not
It's the same mechanism. It's the same
Well,
mechanic.
it's technically the same in that, like, that's how fables aren't necessarily taking plot holes into mind, because that's not how
we're
you.
comparing this to Waterworld. Come on,
I'm
I
comparing. the plot
honestly, maybe
mechanism.
Waterworld's a
Okay,
little
that's
better.
That's all I was saying. But no, it's not. This is obviously a better movie. Not
Yeah, I know,
comparable to
obviously.
Waterworld, but just the plot. Like it's the same idea.
Yeah. I just got an idea.
Huh?
I totally forgot to pick a movie, so I had some stuff swirling around. And
Oh, so you like the whole time you were talking, you were really thinking about what you're going to choose here at the end of this?
no,
your
I'm just
podcast?
looking through other
That's
movies.
allowable. I mean, if
Yeah.
you haven't decided,
Yeah.
then this is really important that you get it right.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta get it right.
I know, man.
I just
like,
thought of a
we'll
movie
be
that
bored
would go
shitless if you pick a bad movie.
really well after Life is Beautiful, but sometimes when you try and pick a movie that's like would be a good double feacher with what you just watched, then we are just stuck on the same topics. and don't
Yeah.
have anything to
No. Yeah. For sure. That happens. That has happened. Now this is it's a fantastic film. His performance is delightful, and The kid's performance is really solid too.
Yeah,
Honestly, that was
really
one,
impressive.
like a child performance. It's memorable to me. I think.
Yeah, and generally you expect those to be kind of dick, like but again, Holocaust, a lot of humor, specifically
until there's not.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's specifically not political.
Right.
Like there is no politics behind it. There are some scenes that are.
It's a portrayal of
there are some scenes that definitely give you that Holocaust, like makes your skin crawl. Specifically, there's this German doctor who, before he gets taken, he and his family gets taken away, somebody had like many running ins to, and like it's always
he was like close with. He was like a mentor to him,
yeah,
or something like that.
But they always shared these riddles, and and then like after he gets taken and he's like again kind of serving in a waiter role, this guy's like, hey, come over here and like have a conversation with him, and he thinks that he's gonna like give him help.
It builds the tension for a while.
Yes, it really makes you think that this guy is gonna help him.
2 or 3 scenes.
Yeah, he's like really, really taking risks, really thinking something is gonna the doctor wants to help him.
Right.
Like that's all the signs he's getting, and the doctor is so incredibly just like selfish and disgusting.
He just knows that he's good at riddles, disgusting. And he wants help with the riddle.
I'm in pain.
He's obsessing about riddles during a massacre of a genocide of a people.
That's what's keeping him up at night is a riddle.
Yeah, that's one of the darkest moments for sure in the movie.
Yeah.
That was
but
fantastic.
I mean, it says something for the Holocaust, though. It's like, because those people, they didn't I'm sure they didn't feel like it in the moment. Like this is a fucking evil thing that we're doing right now. Like, I mean, we're just following orders. And
it's really hard to get in that mindset of what that feels like.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, just because we're shuffling hundreds of people into a mass grave, I mean, I'm a good guy.
Well, there's also the present.
Well, it's just like they got their people to buy into it,
when a culture becomes a certain way, like resistance can mean fucking being murdered. So,
yeah,
what would you actually do with your morals if somebody was pointing a gun to your head and telling you to do it?
Dude, the scene that gets me every time is Pink Floyd The Wall, when he's like, basically anybody who's different than us, get them up against the wall. And he's like, and if anybody doesn't like it, I'll have you all shot. And when he says that last line, everybody stands up and applauds. They're like, ah! And it's just like, shit, that's what they did.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what it was. Like the craziest shit ever coming out of my mouth. And people are like, yeah.
Yeah. That's what they did.
It's hard to see
back then.
Influence.
Surely not would ever happen again.
Yeah.
Not current at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did like the joke, right? It's like in like the second or first scene.
Happening. It's happening right now.
Oh, exactly.
Israel and Gaza. It's literally happening.
It's literally happening right now. Oh my god. The scene right at the beginning, the real subtle joke when I don't even remember who he's talking to in the room. It's like, what are your political beliefs? And it's like, here are my kids, Adolf. And it's like, never mind. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a movie that's obviously been on my watch list for a long time just because of the reputation. But I don't think I knew it was a World War II movie. I didn't realize it was just a straight up Holocaust movie. Not to belittle. It kind of sounds like minimizing what it is, but
right.
Yeah.
I really liked what's her name? Nicoletta Braschi. The actress who played his wife, but unfortunately I felt like she was extremely underwritten.
She just kind of smiled and,
and looked
absolutely.
sad. Yeah, the one line where like an Italian. I will say this double feature. I was thinking this the whole time we were watching it. By far the most bonjours we've had in an entire double feature between these two films.
Yeah,
a lot of bonjours.
Bonjour. But yeah, especially because early in her story, she has some really fun moments and gets to be like silly and goofy, like Roberto gets to be, and like she's really funny.
Like, yeah, when they're showing like how she's attracted to him and all that, like with her friends.
Yeah, and how she's like kind of dreading the wedding and stuff with the shitty guy, whatever his name is. But yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that brings us to our second film of the double feature.
The second film,
which would be Delicatessen. If you have the notes there from Letterboxd, Reese.
From 1991. Here we go. Directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet and Marc Caro.
I'm sure that those were pronounced beautifully.
Perfectly, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're French.
In a post-apocalyptic world, another one. The residents of an apartment above the butcher shop receive an occasional delicacy of meat, something that is in low supply. A young man, new in town, falls in love with the butcher's daughter, which causes conflicts in her family, who need the young man for other business-related purposes. That felt really clunky. The tagline is...
Sounded like it, too.
Yeah.
A futuristic comic feast.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, I think that last line was all we needed.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the best taglines I've ever heard.
Feast.
That was the tagline?
Yeah, futuristic.
That is the greatest tagline I've ever heard.
Well, but I feel like you drop the futuristic. Just a comic feast, I feel like, is a perfect tagline.
Oh, it is very much, though, like a dystopian thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's fair enough.
It's post-apocalyptic, I would say. Yeah.
Just, I did...
Leading to apocalypse.
So... The night we watched this,
adjacent.
I've been
like food is scarce. Well,
no, it is, but like it also could have, like it's not. There's nothing necessarily futuristic about it. It could have taken place during a, fucking.
It's futuristic in so
50s,
much as
during a wartime or something.
As Civil War. It's as much futuristic as Civil War.
Yeah.
It's still futuristic. Like
I think anything post-apocalyptic. Should be post-apocalyptic is going to feel futuristic unless we're making it during,
the apocalypse.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of the point.
I think like it's there's also just dystopian. This is
otherwise it'd just be sad.
Setting.
Yeah. Otherwise it's just current events. Yeah. And that's not apocalyptic at all.
Yeah. That's 1984. That's where we're at. So this is it's more of a dystopian.
Yeah. I just feel like if you were to describe this to somebody as a sci-fi, you're setting up. I mean, if you say a post-apocalyptic comedy, that's something. But like, I feel like if you call it a sci-fi.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't call it sci-fi.
Yeah, I don't know.
But futuristic doesn't mean. I mean.
Yeah.
People will think that, but there's more depth to the meaning than that. Like futuristic is just in the future.
Yeah.
Which doesn't.
Speaking of
hundreds of years,
not picking on the plot holes. If you don't think this movie isn't chock full of plot holes, the fact that they're in a place where like there's such a lack of food that all of the rats have died off, but they have perfect running water.
It's a little ridiculous.
But not distracting in any way. It's like the setting.
This movie to me is satire. Like this is dark comedy.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon.
This is meant to feel surreal. Like this is Terry Gilliam to me.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
After watching it, and by the way, Reese, you and I probably have something in common. We have both watched this movie twice in the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
now have you seen fucking City of Lost Children?
I have not seen City of Lost Children.
It's very, very similar.
Yeah, I would like to.
It's really, if you liked this,
after watching this film, I think the better pairing would have been like Brazil.
Yeah,
you know, if we could have done this with Brazil.
I think Brazil's pretty long. Yeah. But I mean, Terry Gilliam's great.
I'm just saying
that would be a very good pairing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely get the Terry Gilliam vibe with this film.
Yeah.
The characters are exaggerated, like almost cartoonish, but not like too cartoonish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just enough.
This movie's just fucking art, man. Like the like right off the bat, there's like the little musical number that's made up of like springs from people fucking on a bed.
That was fantastic.
A dude like painting the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, like
a woman
like,
knitting.
ridiculously with like
everything in
a
this
band attached to him because he can't really reach, and like it's,
and then like the whole building kind of climaxes.
the whole building,
a
like
lady
this
knitting,
interconnected
it's like
organism,
everything-
this living community.
The other scene,
It's fantastic.
both times I watched the movie, just like cackled through was testing the bed to find the squeak.
That was
it's
great.
such a
it's,
fucking
it's the second one on the
funny
left. I knew
scene.
it, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so much music, so much fun use of music in the scenes.
Yeah. Oh, I knew this is the kind of movie I knew. This is one of my spouse Z's favorite movies, and it's been on our watch list together for a really long time.
Yeah.
So like I knew I was gonna like it, and I mean it's just delightful.
One of my favorite parts of this is just the outdoor shot we get, like the shots of the building, with the backlighting and the backgrounds, like
Right.
it looks like post-apocalyptic.
It kind of looks like they're the only building around.
No, it's a perfect building, man. Like that was sweet. I'd love to go find that building. Because that was, I feel like that's on location.
Like the building, the shots of the building and the set design to me work perfectly in unison with like the theme that we get here.
Yeah,
it was wonderful. Wonderful piece of art, great aesthetic.
Is another thing. These weird, quirky directors love to find people with just the most odd faces.
How long has it been since you watched Alien Resurrection?
It's been a couple of years.
Same dude.
Yeah.
So,
you wonder what he would have done with less studio intervention.
Yeah. But
how funny that movie was.
knowing what he can do, like it's interesting to compare.
I think
contrast.
of the
City of Lost Children has a very similar vibe to this too.
Of the original 4 Alien movies, I think Alien Resurrection has some of the best alien shots, like action, like movements with aliens and stuff.
Right.
But yeah,
he brings his quirkiness to the movie. It's like
the character Dorf, who voices Chucky.
Oh yeah.
Brad Dorf.
Yeah.
He's like a scientist in Alien Resurrection, and he brings that like over the top zaniness to his mad scientist.
Creepy evilness. Yeah. This movie was fantastic. Delicatessen. It's definitely worth a watch. I recommend watching all this guy's stuff. I like this guy a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Oh, this is I think outside of Alien Resurrection, this is my first.
Have you seen Amelie?
Oh, I have seen Amelie. Yes, and that's probably the one he's most well known for, I would say.
Well, that's his most famous by far.
And honestly, I am due for a rewatch of that. I saw it. I own the old DVD. I saw it, I think, probably twice the year it came out, and I have not seen it since. So I really did enjoy the movie, though.
Yeah, I started City of Lost Children like last year and then got interrupted and never finished it, but I was loving it.
It's like super ridiculous.
I'm
like
a
there's
huge Ron Perlman fan.
All the characters are characters, you know. Like it's this orphanage that's ran by a conjoined twin, like super bitter, conjoined twin lady, and like everything's just has that level of over the top and whimsy. Whimsy's the best.
Another one of his that I haven't seen yet, but I've heard good things about is Micmacs.
Micmacs? I haven't heard of that one. Let's see.
Quirky and French.
Yeah.
But he's a great director.
I concur.
Right on.
I haven't seen anything from this guy I didn't like.
All right, so
and I was, when we do double features, whenever I get to do any kind of double feature, it's always fun to look for just any kind of weird little connections and similarities.
The Life is Beautiful connection.
And at one point, the guy has an invention, and he's talking to the landlord.
Detector.
He said, "Say some bullshit, test it." And he says, "Life is beautiful," and it goes off. And that was
bullshit.
That was crazy coincidence to watch with the movie.
Actually, one of my favorite parts is that it was like. It was presented as technology. It's like, test.
Yeah.
It's like bartering. Like, what do you got? I got this bullshit detector. Like, does it work? Life is beautiful. No. No, it was a hilarious coincidence.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna in my heart that'll always be a successful pick as a double feature when something like that happens.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah,
that's sweet. All right, watch these
Yeah, I
movies.
just we haven't had enough foreign films, and
No.
I haven't picked any yet, and I also hadn't picked a movie I hadn't seen yet. So got a couple out of the way, and good theme. I enjoyed the double feature enough so that I rewatched Delicatessen because I really enjoyed it, and also I started to get a little snoozy the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure that I got the entire vibe.
Yeah.
You know, when your brain starts to slow down, you might finish the goddamn movie, but
Right.
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah,
you didn't actually catch everything.
I've been having longer days, so I was pretty tired also at the movie night. And so luckily I knew I was going to instantly rewatch it on
Right.
that following Saturday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely appreciated the rewatch and still laughed my ass off at the bed spring scene.
I'm excited to watch it with the family. It's going to be a
Yeah.
great film for them.
I'm gonna add to the list.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
What have we got in theaters?
Yeah,
In
Reese,
theaters.
other than Sinners, because I know that has to be on your list.
Yeah, Sinners is in theaters, and I'm hoping to watch it this weekend.
Something I missed. I wanted to point out about Sinners is I don't know if you have it pulled up there, Reese, but like there is one character. His last name is like Caton or Catan.
The actor or the character?
The actor.
Miles
And-
Catan.
Yeah, he plays a preacher's son, and this is his first role ever,
Yeah.
and he is fucking fantastic. One to watch, this guy. One to watch. He's fantastic, and he's got an awesome voice too. Like the singing parts are really, really good with this guy.
Huh. That's cool.
So up and comer to watch here.
Yeah. Yeah, Sinners is in theaters. I've heard nothing but great things. Another one I'm hoping to catch still is Warfare from Alex Garland. And it's the modern warfare movie.
It's in theater now.
Yeah, it's in theaters right now.
It's the least excited I've been. For
Yeah,
one of his movies,
I'm
you know?
basically
Like,
I
I love him, but like this is like
yeah, I'm expecting more of like an experience than a movie. So
I
like
feel like this is when like Tom Hanks
Kinda
got really
curious.
into war,
Yeah.
and then he
Watch
just
that.
stopped making good stuff.
yeah, I mean if Alex Garland announces a third movie about war after this, I'll be like, oh,
Yeah, all right,
okay.
I'm out. Start
You
making
got a weird
sci-fi
obsession.
again, cocksucker.
Moving on. Yeah.
He should be doing Black Mirror episodes.
That could be cool. A Minecraft movie is still in theaters. If you want to
Take your kids.
brave the wastelands,
Yeah.
risk your life.
Take the whole family.
Kids absolutely losing their shit.
Bring your mace.
But if you're worried that that's too good of a movie, you can go see Sneaks. Have either of you seen the trailer for
No,
Sneaks?
I haven't even
No.
heard of
I will.
nothing.
It's a looks.
Sounds like a better movie right off the bat.
It looks very cheap. I'll say. I don't know the studio. It is Cars, but instead of cars, they're sneakers.
I was hoping it wasn't that.
It's that.
Yeah,
Wow,
okay.
okay,
No, that's bad.
I take back everything I
No,
said. I don't
Dustin's
wanna
on
see-
board. Dustin wants to go see
I
this
don't
one.
want to see either of these movies. I was thinking like these are people that like like break into people's something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you
no.
hope.
No, they're animated sneakers.
Yeah.
Talking sneakers.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Which then is like, are each of them twins? Is one pair one person?
Gotta
Are
be.
they all conjoined?
Yeah, I think one pair is one person. You
Yeah.
put an eyeball.
Does it
on each
feel
shoe.
good when we wear them?
Yeah.
Feels good for them.
They just a little nightmare.
Another fucking cheap animated movie in theaters is The King of Kings. You can guess what it's about.
Yeah.
It looks really cheap, but it has an
Is it
insane
about
cast.
Kong? I feel like it's Kong.
Yeah, no, I wish. The cast is Oscar Isaac, Kenneth Branagh, Uma Thurman, Pierce Brosnan, and Forrest Whitaker. But this movie looks insanely cheap. So they each probably made about $100,000
Yeah.
for like 30 minutes of recording.
Yeah.
I bet you Forrest Whitaker plays a guy who
Yeah, I can do
sprints a
that
lot.
next week. I can squeeze you in.
Yeah, my Tuesday afternoon's open.
There you go.
Drop, which is like a thriller movie about someone getting airdropped memes.
Sweet.
It is the drop in the title is referring to airdrop. So, yeah, I'm not super interested in that one. The Amateur, starring Rami Malek, is in theaters. Kind of a generic thriller espionage movie.
Sounds like
The Accountant 2 is in theaters. If
It's
you're
the sequel to The Accountant 1.
Yeah.
So, same movie.
I'm starting to feel like with this and Den of Thieves 2, I think what Hollywood is going to start doing is they find a movie that did okay, but a lot of people have forgotten about, and then they're going to release a sequel and then push sales for the digital copies of the first movie.
Yeah.
So they kind of get you.
I never
coming and
saw
going.
Den of Thieves. I saw The Accountant, but like Den of Thieves, I remember being at the theater watching the trailer for Den of Thieves 2.
Yeah.
And I look at Molly and I'm like, "Do you have any idea what this is?"
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, "No, I never heard of it." And so like once the movie was over, we got out of the theater, we looked it up, and she looked it up on like IMDb, and it had a score of like 5 point something, and it's just like, why? Like clearly it didn't like touch anybody's radar the first go around. Why are we remaking this?
And then it's the same thing with The Accountant. Who the fuck was excited for more of The Accountant?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
The thing was though, I had actually heard of that movie. I had seen that movie.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was like a terrible movie. It's not a movie I wanted to see a sequel of, but like it wasn't like Den of Thieves. I could see the trailer of the sequel and know that the original was not good.
Yeah. Until Dawn
movie
is in theaters. I've not heard anything about it. I know a lot of people were upset about some choices because it's based on a video game, and
Until Dawn,
and of course, video game people cannot
idea.
wait and see how things are. They have to decide months in advance before it's released. So they've already decided it's a terrible adaptation. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's worth watching. And then for the 20th anniversary, Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith is back in theaters.
Yeah, I saw the poster.
Yeah.
I don't.
I saw that in the theater.
I did too.
20 years ago, and it was fine then. So I don't know why it would be.
The only reason I would be fine going to see this is supporting it, and so hopefully they'll put out the original 3 in theaters. Because I've still never seen Episode 4 or 6 in theaters. I've seen every other Star Wars movie in theaters except for A New Hope and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see those in theaters.
The prequels just annoy me. Like,
I'm good on fucking 4, 5, and 6. Honestly.
Yeah.
I rewatched it not that long ago. I rewatched episode New Hope, and I was like, this isn't really all that good.
No, you have to kind of look at it in the context of stuff.
I do. I'm the guy that does.
It is cheaper than you remember.
I don't care about it being cheap. It wasn't that
so the prequels
special.
are bad because you get like
prequels are trash.
You get an annoying kid in the first one, and then you get a whiny bitch for the second and the third one.
Yeah.
And like the only reprieve is that you get to see the death of the whiny bitch.
He doesn't die. He just gets fucking brutalized.
No.
I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to cut off all your limbs and set you on fire.
Listen to me here. The whiny bitch dies. He does in fact die.
Yeah, that's true.
He is never a whiny bitch again.
Yeah, the guy who plays the whiny bitch does not die. But that character of whiny bitch does in fact, like whiny bitch number 2 was gone, and now we get this other guy.
Got turned into a mouth breather.
Yeah.
He did. He was better as a mouth
They're probably good.
He's better as James Earl Jones.
I mean, the space battles in the third one, I don't know if you guys remember, but they have like space battles in those that hold up today.
Yeah.
The effects are incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then episodes like 2 and 3.
2 and 3 especially. Yeah. So,
I'm sure. No, I'm sure. I would never discount that. I'm sure that shit looks fantastic. I remember it looking fantastic.
That's why I'm saying, like, in theaters, it probably would be really,
I'm just
fun.
over the fucking Star Wars story. I just don't. They just don't give it.
The other thing though is that like before everybody
don't go rewatch episode 3. Stay at home. Click on the Disney Channel. Watch Andor season 2.
I'm gonna watch that regardless. And I would see Sinners and Warfare before I saw
Yeah, that's
episode 3. So the likelihood that I'll actually get to see it is pretty low.
Yeah.
But
Sinners is sweet. I like. There's a movie I've been like kind of inching towards, like bringing up. You ever see Crossroads? Ralph Macchio movie
no.
from the 80s. I've had that on my radar to feature here, and like Sinners is kind of a cool little pairing with it. So
yeah,
that could be a thing in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, Sinners is a long ass. I mean, it's not really a double feature.
2 hours and
length
40
movie.
minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours and 17, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, just theme wise.
Yes.
One's a blues movie, one's a blues vampire movie.
Yeah.
I concur.
Well, I was looking at other movies that Roberto Benigni was in, and he was in a couple
Italian Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, he was in a couple Jim Jarmusch movies, and those are also super bluesy. Yeah. So okay, that's what's in theaters.
All right.
And then
pick?
My pick, I went with 2 music-related movies that aren't extremely related, besides that they are music. But they're both been on my list of movies I want to share with you guys for a long time. Well, one's more I just know you guys need to watch.
Yeah.
So
need to watch. All right.
It's a full-length film. The first one is Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Yes. Okay. Dope.
Very excited. I need a real good comedy right now. That sounds more depressing than I meant it. But
Yeah.
And then the other one is called Odyssey. And this is a visual album for Florence and the Machine's album called How Big, How Bright, How Beautiful. It's about 45 minutes long, so it's not a full-length film, but it's like the full thing is on YouTube.
Right.
So I'll probably have to like get a fucking trial membership to YouTube Premium so I don't have ads throughout it.
Right.
But it's absolutely gorgeous as a short film and a visual album. And I don't know how much you guys have gotten into her, but like she is incredible.
Not at all. No.
Complete novice.
Total worth listening to. And you know, if I get another experience like I had with Sound and Fury to introduce you to a new musical artist that you like, that's always a bonus.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my picks.
Okay.
I like it.
Where's the Weird, the Al Yankovic story? Where can you watch that? That was on some weird shit.
It was on. I know it's on Tubi because it was produced by Tubi.
Yeah.
But at this point it might be it says it's on Prime Video.
Okay. So we're gonna have to rent it.
Well, I own it on my Vudu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, and it's worth a buy. It's probably not on sale right now, or it's $10 on Vudu. I would say it is worth $10 if you want to invest in it and watch it, especially because I think it's still available on Tubi, but it literally has ads. You cannot turn them off even if you like upgrade to a premium or something. Actually, it might be Roku, not Tubi. Either way.
I think it was Roku.
Yeah, Roku. Worth a watch. Worth your dollar bills.
Right on.
All right. Well, that's gonna
to another good episode.
On episode 48.
Hell yeah!
By the way, you've been keeping track of this. What movies? Like, how many actual movies have we covered so far?
Let me check. Because I think I missed the last 2 episodes. Okay, so since Monte Cristo, we had.
Well, no, I have that right here.
Yeah.
So since Monte Cristo, after those 2, it was 1, 2. We've had 3 double features since then, so 6 movies after Monte Cristo.
So that means Delicatessen was number 76, and then Weird Al and Odyssey are 77, 78. So we're right around the corner to 80.
Okay. Nice. Almost at 100. Look at us.
Hell
Look
yeah.
at us go. talking
Hell
about
yeah,
movies
brother.
and such.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this one. So
Peace out, folks.
this is the point where we tell you to fuck off.